There it is. Hey, good evening, everyone. Dave Wilson of Results Staffing and Social Media. Like I said, I'm going to call this the night show. It's 9:45. Sorry, my voice is kind of hoarse tonight. Hey, I just had a couple things to discuss about what I've learned today and what you should be looking at. Is if you're a college grad, right? The college grad, community schools, trade schools, and this could be in our area in the Lehigh Valley, Bucks County, but also I can also do out of state. So it doesn't matter to me whether what state this is in, if you're graduating college or, like I said, community schools, trade schools. And real quick, I'm going to touch on the subject of that video resume and how important it is, because what I've learned today is I'm trying to change paths here a little bit and try to really skill market yourself coming out of college. Because right now you're going to have this struggle right now. I cannot even imagine, because if you're not able to collect unemployment right now what? Right? You've just graduated, and I'm not saying this to scare anybody, but you've graduated or your school's closed, virtual, right? What are you going to do? Listen, I spoke with a trade school today that I'm going to be working with, and I'm excited. Even if you're within IT, medical, welding, listen, you have skills. The jobs might not be hiring for that right now, but that's where we have to get creative together and try to find you a position that'll work for you right now. All right. So check that out. My email's here, and reach out, send me your resume or call my number here, my work cell during the day up to 9:00 at night. Doesn't matter. 7 days a week. I'm here to help. And that's for trade schools, colleges, kids, college grads. All right. So pay attention to that, really. The next one is within social media. I spent a lot of time tonight looking at why it's not being as successful for jobs. And I'm always preaching about saying how it really works. And I dug into the insights a lot tonight. And this is all for companies, regardless of what trade skills. It doesn't matter. So the time frame is the same for like my audience. 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. is the highest, right? The thing that really, Allie, you were right. Desktops. I've taken desktops out of my searches when I did postings and boostings, because it's always been the cell phone. But when you think about it, people are on their desktops at home. They're working from home, and I didn't think of that. So think about it. So you need to put that back on there when you're boosting your ads. Check desktops, because that was one of the highest. When I look back, I'm like, the cell phones dropped, and that didn't make sense. But I spoke with another young lady today, and I checked that again. I did not even know that, so it makes sense. Photos, images are your best way to go. Your images really have to be creative. It seems like I hate to say this, but sometimes the most craziest or negative seems to get more response, and that makes sense. Hey, Steve, how you doing? I used Facebook paid ads to recruit 147. Yeah, it is a great way to utilize to get that, Steve. I agree. So what I noticed also was the top paying jobs. Okay, that was one of my highest skill sets when I put jobs out there. Let's just say diesel mechanics. So extremely high for organic shares. It was awesome. But I didn't get the results that I wanted. Okay, for the skill sets, which it is a little harder for the direct hires versus your warehouse logistics and all that. Okay, share your pages. That'll really help a lot. You have to really share it. Join groups that you've never joined before, because that will get you some reach. The video, by far, listen, for me, this is for me, the video has been working phenomenal. I see it. You see the amount of engagements, and Steve, I'm sure you can agree with that. Job fairs, anything that you mentioned, jobs, I went back to the whole last couple months, and everything that I posted about jobs, That is what really worked also. That word. And let's see, Stevie said dynamic ad sets are amazing. Test several images. Correct. And that's what he's saying there is split your images off, because it can tell you which ones run better. And this is just, again, this is my insights, because I take this very seriously. And why? Because now I need to react and figure out another way. What am I doing wrong? Okay. Not wrong, but you just learn. And Steve, you have to agree, you really got to change things up all the time. I have noticed on the job boards in the Lehigh Valley, people are putting more images. So that's going to help by putting the images. Okay. Let's see. I wanted to hit the jobs. Okay. 4.7 thousand times. This next thing, which I'm going to talk about for the corporations that are hiring right now, and why some of the staffing companies in logistics. I'm retiring from logistics soon. Steve, I'm about done with the logistics. I have to let it go. I got to let it go. I came from that high volume staffing. I got to bring it down, because when I look at some of the ads this week, right? I just saw it. And some people don't follow all this, and I do. I'm going to give you an example of a new staffing company that's in the Lehigh Valley that people don't probably even know. I looked at the number. I looked it up. Who the hell are they? Right? They're giving you a $300 to $400 sign-on bonus. Hear this out. Easton, right? 15 minutes from me, right? This company's 2 to 3 hours away. They have no clue. Here I go. I get all wound up because of logistics. They have no clue how to recruit in this area, period. Okay, they don't. $300 to $400, then $100 referral fee. Great. That is great, right? There's $100. Plus, let's see. Oh, an attendance bonus. Hey, Steve, get this. They're going to give you $100 if you come to work every day. We did that before at one of the companies. Yeah, they are. $100 if you come to work every week, you're going to get. Wow, that's a great incentive. Why? Guess what? If I go to work, I'll get paid extra. Sorry. But when you add this up, $300, $100, attendance bonus, right? Now, get this, Steve. I feel like I'm talking to you tonight. They have, I'm sorry. I was trying to think of Steve. I'm looking at Steve too. Get this, in Easton and Bethlehem, the one company which I love very much. I like this company. They're looking for 500-600 people, right? The company down the street's looking for 500, 600, right? Then the other one's 300, 250, right? My God, I look at that, and that's where I came from, the high volume. And if you're not doing what some of the people recommend, social media and changing it up, let me tell you, you are going to struggle. Because I look at the ads but Steve, I'm retiring from logistics. I cannot get a company to agree on a short-term basis to utilize a skill set, which is 15 minutes, right? Some of the sites, the corporations that you're only 15, 20 minutes away from here will not bring on another staffing company. See, I go off a script all the time. So they'd rather pay another company 2 to 3 hours away. See, I'm not going to call them out. I'm not going to call the companies out. But I looked at the reviews. Have you looked at the reviews who you've hired? Because you don't even want to read the reviews. They're so bad. Not even that, the wording on it. Holy Jesus, good luck, because you don't know the Lehigh Valley. And if you don't know the Lehigh Valley, the Red 18, Bucks County, if you don't know where to put your videos, if you don't know where to spend, do you realize where you could take that $300 to $500, right? And I'm sure Steve will agree with me. $300 to $500 on social media to get ads. Woo! Man, you're going to get some employees. And I know the one place, right? It's bilingual, or you don't have to, English is not required. Oh, that you get a few good connections in there. you're going to fill the orders. But that was just some of the things I wanted to talk about today. But mainly, look at your insights and just kind of get creative, because I got to think of ways how to draw back to what I'm going to be working with, the new workforce. I want to be able to take that new workforce and skill market you, but I need the video resumes. Okay. We will get creative. We'll work as a team. Okay. We're going to look for the jobs that will be hiring, because soon, if people that are on unemployment right now, right, you've been on it for a while, you really need to listen. And the next couple weeks, you're going to have to really start looking for work. Seriously. Because the unemployment, that $600, that's going to run out, I believe, July 28th. And that's going to drop. So some of the candidates I've been working with now, I've been able to place in the direct hire positions because some of the people are not coming back. And the reason I say that is some are losing their benefits. Steve, I heard today I heard, and it's my sister-in-law, which I feel bad, is they've been on unemployment collecting. She goes back 1 or 2 days, but guess what? Next month, they're going to stop paying her healthcare benefits. They're not going to pay the healthcare benefits. So you still get the $600 and your unemployment. But guess what? No benefits. They can't afford to pay it. Now, I'm not saying it's all companies, but this is pretty big. So think about that. So Cobra, has anybody checked into that? It's expensive. So take those things in consideration. And if you're a corporation, listen, I didn't want to come across strong saying that good luck with that. You're hiring companies that don't know the area because you think you're going to save money. Thanks, Steve. I really, really take a look at some of those companies that you're going to utilize and the cost. Because if I was to say to you a 50% markup right now, right? 50% for good qualified people, candidates, the new workforce. Think about it. And I think you'll agree. Steve, I should have had you on tonight. The new workforce. That is what I want. I want all the college grads, all the people coming from trade schools, and I want to get us together, and I want to do conferencing. I want to just sit there and talk to you with your video resumes. What can we do now to get you through this period? Maybe you will want to go to work for one of these bigger companies that are paying $18 an hour and $400 bonus and $600 to come to work every week. But we can get you there, and I can try to explain something to them, to say, listen, why not go with this candidate at a higher markup because he's going to come to work every day, if you understand where I'm going from. So on that note, I'm going to end it tonight. So again, the video resume cannot tell you the importance. If you don't know me by now, I work very hard and I'm here to help you. But I get so many clients and candidates that don't finish the process. They're excited, but nobody finishes it. So then when you call me back 2 to 3 weeks later, I can't help you. I don't have the time to spend on one person. To me, it's easy to get your video resume with your skill sets. Think about what I'm saying. Everything's closed. Hear me out real quick, and I'm going to get going in 19 minutes. I mean, my sidekick here, Steve, but think about it. Do you realize how many resumes that people click on Indeed? Again, I keep saying it, but Career Builder, which I pay for right now, all those job boards, to me, they're just useless. Sorry, I hate to say it like that, but they're worthless right now, because if you don't set everything up on there, your keywords, I get 200, 300, 400 resumes. Come on. That's why the people aren't responding, because if you're sitting on your phone right now, right? Glassdoor, Click, 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 click. Now the people that are qualified for that job haven't had a chance, because when I call that person or I email them, what job was it? Oh, no, it's too far. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's time that we got to create ideas. LinkedIn's a great platform for utilizing education right now. And I'm sorry, LinkedIn's turned into like Facebook right now. To me, the doggies, and look at my dog and my cat, what's the struggles of working at home? There's no struggles of working at home. There's no struggles. You work. That's it. Just like everybody else does. You waste time on I see all these Zoom meetings, and I've watched some of them, right? Now get this, Steve. I've watched some of these Zoom meetings. For 35 to 40 minutes, when you have 20 people in there talking about struggles of working at home, or my dog, or my kids' noise, who cares? Work. That's just total waste of time, because the candidates are trying to reach you, but yet you're too far into just still having the meetings. You have to take it seriously right now. This to me is, listen, peak season is my favorite time of year. I get so excited that I love to help people. You give me 500 jobs, Steve, you give me 500. And let me tell you, I'd have a blast tomorrow starting, man. I'd be out there. I know right what to do. It might be a little bit harder, but you have to study and what you can do to make it work. You waste time and money, but I get it. This is what I'm going to give you a scenario. If I was a corporation, again, I need you because I got to have you hire me. If you're not getting the candidates, right? Now, see, a lot of you don't know this, but I have other companies calling me. You have people. Yeah, I got people. And there's a few that I like. I send them. Steve, I do send some of the staffing companies I do like. I help them. But do you know that they're calling me? Do you know if I said their names right now, I'd probably be shunned. Because they're listening to ideas. All the platforms that you have, it's not working. You are not going to pull 1,200 people on Majestic Drive in Bethlehem and Easton. Never. I'll bet you $1,000. Well, I can't say that, Steve. I'll get in trouble for gambling. You are going to struggle if you do not listen and change your ways. That's why I'm out of logistics. I swear. See how aggravated I get? It doesn't even make me smile. But when I go back to that new workforce, because I want to work with candidates that really need the help right now. So if you have to pay a little bit more, think about it. You have a choice. Pay your 38% markup, right? Listen, I know what the companies pay, 38, 32, 40% markup. If I showed you the numbers right now, you would, as a company, you would probably be like, what the heck? And they're absorbing all the drug tests, the background tests. Who cares, right? Because you call them, where's the 20 people? They are not there. You're wasting money every day. Come on in. Let's do another class. Let's do another orientation. Bring another 20 in, right? 10 of them leave. Now you're going to call another staffing agency. How's it working for you? You're right. Huge gap. It's not the staffing company's fault either. It's everybody's, because nobody wants to work as a team. This is what they'll tell me, Steve, and I've heard it, and I've been in staffing long enough, is you promise us the world just to get the sale. I've heard that before. Do you know how many times I've gone into a sales meeting knowing that I probably can't staff it in my mind, but I had to close it. I had to sit there, I better get this deal, right? And in my mind, I didn't want that. I didn't want that account. I did not want some of those accounts because they were going to lose money. They were not going to make the company profitable. It wasn't. And then you have some companies, oh, we pay you this so many millions of dollars a year. I would love to sit down and show a P&L of what you actually make out of that money, all that money. You don't make nothing. I can make more money with direct hires, with 10 direct hires, than 5 months with some of the staffing companies make, because I know it. I know what the cost for you is, the corporation. Aren't you tired? Are you tired? You got to be tired. You cannot tell me you are not tired of going to work, being an HR director, right? Or a manager. I know, I've been there. I've been in the logistics performance managers for the Home Depots, XPOs, Crayolas, all these sites, right? When you're short-staffed and you go to work every day, it sucks because you get frustrated, unbelievable. But whose fault is it? It's you just as much, because this is the greatest excuse that I've heard. Oh, that's your problem. No, that is your problem too. It's both the staffing problems and the corporation's problem. It's easy for me if I sat here at a company and I need 25 people. Oh, I want 25 people now, right? And I'm going to pay this, knowing what I know through the experience. I'd be, get out of here. Why? To say I'm recruiting for this company? You know, when you got your Amazon, Walmarts, and all these stuff paying $17, $18 an hour, if you're not willing to spend the money, if you want to continue to give people $100 a week to come to work, right? If you want to continue to give a $300 sign-on bonus, take 300 people with a $300 sign-on bonus. Can you imagine, Steve, get this, $300 for a sign-on bonus with 300 people? Do you see what I mean? To me, if I took $1,000 right now, and I'll even back it with $1,000, that's how confident I am. But we can't do that, because I can say that, but we can't do it because I don't want to get in trouble. You give me $1,000 and I'll fill 200-300 jobs. Holy crow. But if you answer the messages, and you do it outside of different times right now. Listen, 7 o'clock at night, you're going to get results. 8 o'clock, results. You're not going to get it at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. Some of the people aren't even up. So I'm just trying to be as honest with whoever watches this, or whether you do or you don't. It's everybody's problem. So if I had to pay an extra $10 for something better that's going to work, would you do it? If you owned, let's just say Walmart, right? If you owned Walmart in Bethlehem Distribution Center, if you owned it, what would you change? I bet you could come up with some great ideas. What would you change? Right? Would you change the way you recruit? Would you fire some of the managers? Would you say that one, I would get rid of that one, I'd bring somebody on new because it's not working? Would you let go of the staffing company that they're drained? Because I will tell you, I did it. I will do it. If I had to do it again, I will take employees from one site over a weekend and I will get them to leave and come to this company over here with a simple video and a message and a couple $100. That's how easy it is to shake it up. But I don't want to, I'm sitting here tonight, I just get so aggravated every time I think about logistics, because if you don't listen, and if you're a company that's not changing your ways, I'm having success in the different states because they're open to new ideas. And I'm not saying everybody over here is, but think of new ideas. Walk outside while you're at home with your cell phone. Try it. Hey, this is Dave from Results Staffing, Nestle Waters in Brenningsville, Pennsylvania, Pay $17 an hour to start for forklift driver, then to $22.90. Great benefits, right? 12-hour shifts every other weekend off for college students right now. Why work for 13 in Bethlehem? Come on over. You see what I mean? If that doesn't convince people besides just an ad, right? So on that note, I'm going to get going, but on the ending of it, you're going to see me doing a lot more concentrating on college grads, community schools, trade schools, students. If you've watched this video and you have a student, if you're, a family member, son, daughter, and if you want them to really try to have another tool in their pocket, listen, because if I don't work, I don't get paid. That's a hell of a concept. Think about it. If I don't work, I don't get paid. So if you send me your son or daughter and they need help, I'm here. I will sit up here all the time. And if they do their homework and do as I say and listen to some advice that's very successful with the video resumes, and to work with me as a team by doing a little homework, I give them, I can't guarantee you the job, but let me tell you, I can at least guarantee get that resume in there. To interview, get that interview in there, and then let me make a deal, because I don't have to charge the markup percent that some of the corporations do. I like to say the number, but people are going to think if I say a percentage, they'll be like, oh, he's desperate for work, and I'm not. So again, if you have a family member, son, daughter graduating, reach out. Thanks, everybody. Steve, thanks a lot. I appreciate it, and I'm going to have you on. Well, let's talk tomorrow. Thanks.